Our trip to Brazil was prompted by Lee telling me about the house that she and her husband had built years ago on a small island south of Rio. She showed me pictures and it looked very Robinson Crusoe-ish. So we decided to go and spend 2 weeks chilling out.
We started with a few days in Rio. Battling the frenetic traffic, we made our way to the Corcovado and took the funicular up to the top to see the statue of Christ the Redeemer. What a view! The statue stands nearly 40 meters high and is a symbol of Brazilian Christianity. Copacabana Beach has been the venue for many celebrities. Rod Stewart, the Rolling Stones, Lenny Kravitz, and even the Pope recently. Of course, we all know it for volleyball. The separate cycling and jogging lane along the road stretches for miles. What a boon for fitness fanatics. The weather was generally great, and I can't begin to tell you what an incredible feeling of happiness and laid-backedness this whole place exudes. It's as if they're all on permanent holiday. They really do go for this fitness thing, don't they? ATMs on the beach, great idea. Sugarloaf Mountain is one of several monolithic granite and quartz hills that rise straight from the water's edge around Rio. A 2-stage cable car takes you to the top, giving beautiful views wherever you look. Sunset from Sugarloaf Mountain. Wow. Ipanema is just south of Copacabana and just as beautiful. In fact, I think I preferred it. They have these lifeguard stations and good clean ablutions every 1 kilometer along the beach. Ah, what a life. Maybe this should be called bodyball. These guys are good. Ah, well, I had to show a few of these, didn't I? Hey, they start them young in Rio.
Mazelando no dia de sol, eu não quero ir pra andar do lado do jardim. Eu só tenho essa tarde de sol.
We're off to Paqueta for the day, an island in Guanatara Bay, just north of Rio. The locals tend to visit it on public holidays and just chill out, swim and relax. There are no motor vehicles on the island, so getting around is limited to bicycles and horse-drawn vehicles. There are literally hundreds of bike hire places. So guess what we did? They say you never forget how to ride a bike. Well, you can do it, Lee. You can do it. No. Maybe we should have hired one of these? Yes, how about that? It's really peaceful here. Beautiful spots wherever you look. This takes me back a bit. Time for an ice-cold beer, and they do make them cold in Brazil.
Estupidamente frio.
I cannot tell you how good they were.
Obrigada.
At the end of the day, it's back to the ferry and back to Rio. Lee's friends, Robin and Fiona, took us to their home in the mountains north of Rio for the weekend. The drive there was spectacularly scenic. On the way, Fiona couldn't resist buying some really beautiful orchids. We also took the opportunity of filling up with mountain stream water, as you can't drink the tap water in Brazil. We stopped for morning tea at this beautiful old guest house from a bygone era. It's surrounded with roses, bromeliads, wild raspberries and aromatic herbs. A truly lovely spot. On now through the mountains to our destination, Teresópolis. The region was originally occupied by runaway slaves coming from the sugar plantations near Rio. Don't know the name of these falls, but quite impressive. Excessive rains caused massive destruction here in 2011. 382 people lost their lives and thousands of houses were destroyed.
The lunatic dog is
Home sweet home.
It's the same colour as mine.
What a spot. Breakfast in the mountains. Perfect. That evening, we were entertained by none other than Bobby Darin himself.
I wanna dream of us, wild enough to dream alone.
A bride tasted so much better in these surroundings. The next day we drove through the town, and I must admit, it seemed very third world. Note the dustbin out of reach of the dogs. Sadly, they also have their slum, or favela as they are called. Back in Rio, and we left Robin and Fiona's house in Copacabana and headed for the feira, or farmers market, passing colourful graffiti and street artisans on the way. On the slopes of the mountain behind us lay one of the infamous favelas or slums, a nicer part of town. Made me homesick. The farmers' open-air market changes location every day, using the streets of the area. It's the best place in Rio to buy fresh fruit and veggies, and has a huge selection to choose from. Most housewives shop at these markets for their fresh produce. Cashew nuts, mandioc, which is the staple diet of Brazil, coconut, then we headed downtown by tube. Looks very modern compared to London. This is the Sahara area of Rio, sort of flea marketish almost. Lunchtime, and Lee took us to a churrascaria, and they had a special on. That's about 200 Rand, eat as much as you like. They come with these skewers, all with different sorts of meat on them. I obviously didn't have the hang of it, but hey, what a way to eat. Bananas. The Brazilians love their cooked bananas. And the salads go on and on. While you display the green side, the meats keep coming. Turn it to red, you're full. And of course there's dessert. We visited the Sao Bento monastery, where the monks still do the Gregorian chant. The interior was a little ornate for me, but the stained glass window was magnificent. Then on to the hippie fair crafts market every Sunday morning in Ipanema, very similar to some of ours here in South Africa.